Hey folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending September 28, 2022. Let me tell you what happened just this week. We have a new listing. This home needs work. There's some deficiencies with this property. We know it, the seller knows it, and we priced it accordingly. Plus, so the seller could be protected, we did a pre-listing home inspection, and we were prepared to supply this to anybody that would ask for it. We're on the market a couple days, boom, we get an offer right away. I'm reviewing the offer. It's at full asking price, no financing condition, no home inspection. These people never, the agent never asked us for a copy of the home inspection, but there's no home inspection condition. And also, there's no visits either. So right away I'm thinking, well, no home inspection. They didn't even ask for one. It's probably a flipper, a renovator, flipper type person. But it's still unusual that there's no visits. I figured, I didn't put the offer together. This is what the buyer's agent sent me, so they must have their reason. I need some information though. I want to ensure that, especially with the no financing condition, that the buyer's capable of closing. So I call the buyer's agent. I say, thank you for the offer. Tell me a little bit about the buyer because I see you've got no financing condition. He says, oh, it's an elderly couple. They just sold their big house and they're downsizing. So, oh, okay. So my theory about it being a flipper is out the window, but I'm feeling more confident that they're able to close. We talk a little bit more about the offer, and just as I think we're winding down the conversation and ready to kind of hang up, he says to me, oh, can you send me the home inspection report, and is there anything wrong with the house? I say, what? I go, of course there's stuff wrong with the house. That's why we priced it the way it is. He says, oh, okay, then do me a favor. Don't sign anything in that offer yet. Give me about half an hour for my clients to review it. I said, what? I go, what if I'd be calling you to say, hey, congratulations, we've accepted your firm offer. What if I was calling you to do that? This stuff just drives me crazy. My client, the seller, would have been well within their right to just accept this offer. What that would have meant was that this agent's buyers, his clients that he's supposed to be protecting with this offer, they'd be on the hook for whatever was wrong with the house. They'd have no recourse, and they wouldn't even be able to see the house until after they paid for it because they had no visits. This drives me crazy. He actually sends us an offer with irrevocable till midnight, so we had all day, and he says, oh, wait, we changed our mind. Wait a minute, we want to review one more thing. It's unbelievable. Who you hire matters. Agents are supposed to be protecting their clients. It's so crucial to hire the person who's going to represent you the right way. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video, in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way, I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure my schedule's organized so we could speak about whatever's on your mind. So the market's a mess. It's hard to figure out which way prices are going. It's like a tug of war. On one side, you've got inflation, higher interest rates, higher borrowing costs, and this really directly affects a buyer's affordability. And if buyers can afford less, that's a downward pressure on price. But on the other hand, you've got buyers that are ready to buy. They're pre-qualified. They got pressure to buy actually before rates go up even further, but they're seeing they've got fewer choices out there. Well, that means they're competing. And if you're pulling on one side to compete, well, that's going to bring prices up. So we've got this tug of war going. I'll explain more as I go through the numbers. So here we have the three areas we're talking about here. We've got Mississauga, average prices up. We've got Brampton green here in the middle, average price went up. And we got Durham, average price went down a little bit. So let's dive right in. We've got Mississauga. This is detached properties only. 47 detached properties were sold in Mississauga for week ending September 28th. And that's a big jump from the kind of volume we've been doing over the last few weeks, where we've done 29, 36, 22, 47 were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price has come up. It's now sitting at $1,430,000. Well, $1,430,000, even though it's gone up, it's still 15% lower than last year's average sold price. Median price is $1,330,000, and that's 8% lower than last year's median price. The dotted line, that's the 4-week moving average. It helps to kind of show the trend a little bit more than the peaks and valleys in the regular numbers. And if we look at average sold price over the last 4 to 6 weeks, average sold price has been trending down. For median price, however, it's been quite steady over the last 4 to 6 weeks. Sales year to date, we have 38% fewer sales in Mississauga for detached properties this year versus last year. So 38% fewer sales. And of the 47 that sold, only 15% sold at list price or more. Here's something that's very important to watch though. Active listings. Active listings has come down. We're at 389 active listings, where just for this chart here where I have 3 months calculated, it's the lowest that we've seen in the last 3 months. So active listings is down, sales is up. The amount of listings year to date is 6%, only 6% lower than last year's year to date sales. Well, months of inventory is down. It's down to 1.9. And think about it. Sales shot up. The amount of properties available for sale came down. Months of inventory is lower. More competition. Average sold price is a little bit higher as a result. It's $1,430,000, the average sold price for Mississauga. Let's look at Brampton. Sales also went up. 46 detached properties were sold in Brampton. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price came up a little bit to $1,176,000. So average sold price did go up, but it's still 8% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. Median price is 9% lower than where the median price was a year ago. Look at the 4-week moving average. You can see there's not been a lot of changes for the average sold price. It looks like it's trending down a bit. For median price, it's pretty steady actually. Looking at the sales, year-to-date sales, we're way off last year's pace. We have 45% fewer sales this year in Brampton for detached properties than last year. However, look at the amount of properties selling at list price or more. Not the amount, I mean the percentage amount. It's been increasing, where last week 28% sold at list price or more. On a side note, a year ago, 82% of the properties were selling in Brampton at list price or more. This year it's 28. It's not a big number, but it has been going up over the last few weeks. Listings, year-to-date listings, we have 12% fewer listings in Brampton this year versus last year, but active listings is down. 421 active listings, which is the lowest we've seen over the course of 3 months. Months of inventory, as a result, has come down. So sales went up. The amount of properties available for sale came down. That ratio, supply and demand, well, 2.1 months of inventory is what the Brampton number is. And again, average sold price in Brampton went up a little bit to $1,176,000. Here's Durham region. For Durham, I'm looking at Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. 36 detached properties were sold. Sales for Durham actually went down. It's the opposite of Brampton and Mississauga. So sales went down. 36 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price came down also to $1,064,000. $1,064,000 is way lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. It's 15% lower. Last year, the average sold price at this time of year, the fall market, was going up. This year, not so much. It could be going the other way, actually. And so when we zero in on the 4-week moving average, we could see that for Durham region, average sold price has been trending down, and the median price has also been trending down. Average sold price is 15% lower than last year's average sold price. Median price is 10% lower than last year's median price. So let's take a closer look at the sales. We have 32% fewer sales this year versus last year. A third, 33% sold at list price or more. Last year, 90% were selling at list price or more. What happened a year ago is ancient history. It's not going to affect what you're, if you're looking to buy or sell today, that won't affect you. What's happening today and in the last few weeks, to figure out the trend, that's the most important thing. I compared it to last year just for information. It's interesting that we used to be at 90% selling at list price or more, and today it's 33%. Listings, 3% fewer listings, and there you go again. Active listings is actually down from the previous week. It's not the low mark, but it's pretty close to where the low mark has been over the last 3 months. And months of inventory went up slightly, sitting at now 1.3 months of inventory. So that's the freehold market. Here's condos. This is for all of Peel region. The majority of these condos are being bought and sold in Mississauga, but all of Peel region condos, 28 sales were done. None of those were at $1 million or more. Average sold price has come down from the previous week. It's now sitting at $597,000. $597,000 is 3% higher than last year's average sold price. When we speak freehold, less than last year's, lower than last year's average sold price. When we talk about condos, we still have positive numbers, 3% higher than last year's average sold price. Median price is 1% lower than last year's median price. And if you look at the 4-week moving average for average sold price, it's actually trending up, and the median price also over the last 4 to 6 weeks has been trending up. The median price for condos is $569,000. We have 33% fewer condo sales in Peel region this year versus last year. 18% of those sales of the 28 that sold were at list price or more. And as far as listings goes, it's basically the same this year versus last year, year to date. And active listings for condos is also down, the lowest it's been over the course of 3 months. Months of inventory climbed up slightly, now sitting at 3.9, just knocking on the door of a balanced market. It's very much going to be a balanced market out there when you're looking at condos, and 25 is the average days on market. Here's a summary. For the detached market, months of inventory is still quite low. These are some of the opposing forces. Yeah, you've got government things and interest rates being increased and affordability pushing prices one way, but there's not a lot of choices out there, and buyers want to buy. The ones that are out there looking to buy, they want to buy, and there's some competition which kind of brings prices up and down and up and down. It's confusing. Get somebody strong helping you through the transaction that can guide you and help you make good, smart decisions. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.